Hi, friends. Happy Monday. Here we are again. Just wanted to share a few more of my thoughts today. And I was just thinking that, with all the stuff going on, and there's been a lot of um, back and forth, I guess, from the different beliefs that people are having and all of that. And then there's a lot of, for some of us, there's a lot of, well, I guess either side, whatever you believe, there's a lot of stuff that can feel really scary out there and look really negative, and again, depending on your perspective, either way you're looking at it, it can look that way. It can look heavy or negative or scary, you know and I just was thinking about that, and I'm very intuitive. I've pretty much been intuitive my entire life. I just chose not to listen to it for a long time, until I was after I gotten sick in my late 20s, or I'm sorry, early 20s, and then really devoted my life to spirit after that point, and listened to whatever they share with me, and it's been validated for myself over and over again, and so I've learned to trust it a lot. And through the years, the more I started working with my spiritual practice, I would get a lot of information, and the information that I have, it's always centered around compassion and love, and holding that space, and regardless of what's going on, like what we can do to hold that space. And the other thing is, I would have visions of our future, and I think I used to have it when I was a child, actually, too. I just didn't quite understand it, but I knew that the world that we were living in didn't look how it didn't match the visions I was having. The visions I had had so much more peace and harmony, and people living from their hearts and stuff like that. And so I couldn't understand why I was seeing such a different picture all the time, just walking through my life, and how people could be so ugly to each other, and things like that. It used to be super hard for me. Actually, it still is sometimes. And I've just learned how to have more compassion with it as we've gone through. But so some of the visions that I used to have are, this way of life, and that things were going to be different. There was going to be a certain time that was going to, where things were going to change, and that a lot of what I've been, I guess, kind of preparing for or training for, like many of us, that it was going to be called forth at this point in time. And so I kept waiting for these moments, and like working through my own stuff, facing my shadows, embracing, all the stuff that I was walking through all the time. That was kind of what I learned to do, is to not run away from parts of myself that I didn't like, or I learned to kind of hit them on head on, and try to look at and see what's there, and see what I need to heal. And I continue to do this process. It's an ongoing process, right? Ever evolving. And so when all this stuff started happening, actually in December, I got some really strong messages that were telling me that this year was going to be a big year, that this year there was going to be a lot of transitions, and that they were going to be strong, and it was going to be waving through for all of us at different points in time. And then it's funny, because in January I got hit with some hard stuff for myself, and hit me very physically, and it, for a blip moment, I had a fear about, like, oh, what's going on, what's wrong with me, or, and then all of a sudden I had this other insight that came in and said, you're just clearing a lot of old stuff. Just let it go. And as soon as I did that, and I had a little help with some friends that were also in, the alternative practices, and it got better. And I started to feel better and better, and more energized, and more excited about what was coming. And then all this stuff hit in our world. Here comes the sun. And it was incredible. It was like, wow, they were showing me all of this. And then I started, as it started to hit more in our world, like with the COVID and all the lockdowns and things like that, and just taking us in a brand new direction, and such huge transitions for everybody, and the fear that was going back and forth, and the kind of the challenges with separations in beliefs between people, and the back and forth and all of that. And I kept remembering, like, this is what I was shown, but yet there is this underlying, and this is what I really want to share, there's this underlying strength and hope and belief and faith that this is leading to something really beautiful. And I know it might not look like it right now, and it might not feel like it right now, but I really, really want to share this, because I know in my heart it's true. I know that right now, what's happening, what looks around, and the scary parts and the ugly looking parts, that it's just part of the old foundations crumbling away, and it's like this building's been hit with a bulldozer or a wrecking ball, and all of this stuff is just flying still. So we're not going to see the beautiful new foundation maybe for a while, or we might only see, bits and pieces, for a little while, but it's there, and I really reach out to the people who are having a rough moment because of the waves and the way that they're hitting. We are going to have some ups and downs. There's going to be some days and we're going to wake up and we're going to feel so amazing and we've got this and I've worked through all this stuff and I feel so great. And then there's going to be those days that we wake up and we don't feel so great. We're hit with another layer. That's how I look at it. It's like the energy is moving and pushing up different layers within us, and then everything around us that's happening is triggering the layers in us that need to be cleared or healed or shifted in some way. And so that's where we wake up and we feel that the weariness or the frustration, or feel like giving up on some days. And I just really want to put this out, that you're not alone. We're all going through this, and even if it's not your moment, or if you hadn't had your moment, it pretty much is waving through everybody at one time or another, and some more than once. And if we could just if you could just think about this when you're in those moments, that it's going to be okay. I promise you. I feel like so strong that we just have to embrace the challenges that we're having, and even embrace those moments that we feel so yucky, the moments that we feel scared or angry or frustrated or sad, to embrace it, feel it, just feel it, because we're grieving and we're letting go, and we're shifting through so much, and it's all good. It's because it's helping us to evolve and match the new vibration that's hitting our planet, and the new the vibration that I'm sorry, my video, you probably didn't know that for me, my video got lost. But it's helping us to match this new vibration of where we're going, of the foundation that we're creating. And that foundation to me has been parts of the vision that I have seen my entire life here. And it's beautiful and it feels so wonderful. And it's not perfect per se, but it's almost as close as we can to creating heaven on earth is what I have seen and felt. And I feel us moving in that direction. And it might not be today or tomorrow, but I do have great belief and faith, knowing that everything that's happening right now is taking us to that place. It's guiding us. It's helping to empower us. It's teaching us to speak up. It's teaching us to come back to ourselves, to our heart, to play the role that we're here to play. And that's all part of the new foundation. That is all part of, the changes that are happening. And so, I'm trying to get us out of the sun here. That if we can just, hang on, and in these moments, just know that it will make a big difference. It will really help to carry us through the challenging or the heavy moments. And the other thing is I'm feeling so inspired and motivated by seeing just so many people just getting out there and speaking their truth and being brave and coming back to themselves and coming back to a heartful place. Even when I've seen, the people have disagreements a lot lately, and yet so many are coming back and saying, it's okay. I still love you. I might be disagreeing with you, but I know now I don't have to. Doesn't mean that we can't be friends or love each other, or that we're finding ways. And that's part of the new foundation. It's learning to allow everybody to be who they are, and even if we don't agree, but we're holding space for each other, and it's a pretty cool place to be if we continue to hold that. And so to me, all of that is so exciting. And if you can't feel it right now, I want to lend you my hope and excitement that I'm feeling. And I just want to send that out to you. And I hope that you can feel the waves and feel the love and the heart and the compassion that I am holding for me and for you and for our family and for our world. And I'm just really excited, and it feels really good to finally to be at this place that I have seen and have heard about for most of my journey here. And I really believe there's many others who have felt this too. It's almost like this timing has triggered that wake-up call in us to step up, to come, to start living from our hearts, to make the changes. This, regardless of what is really happening right now, it's giving us the time and the opportunity to relook at our lives, to look at our choices, to look at what we believe in, to what we're standing up for, everything. It's helping us to even look at the relationships that we're having, and to change, giving us the strength if we tap into that, and the the knowing that it's okay to choose what feels good to us now, and to make whatever changes are needed. And the good thing is, even if you don't know it, like, to me, that's in part of my prayers. I continue to surrender it, and I practice staying in the moment. And then that helps me. And whenever I get too overwhelmed or too caught up with whatever is going on, is I bring myself back to the moment, because I realize I just got out of the moment. And in that moment, I resurrender. I do my prayers, whatever. I don't care what religion or non-religion you are. Whatever you do is just recentering yourself, breathing, grounding, coming back to the moment. And then all of a sudden, it feels different. And you feel okay, and you feel feel way better than okay. And then you get little nudges of where you're supposed to be in that moment, or what you're supposed to do, and you just follow that. And you just keep doing that every moment. And then that is what's leading us and guiding us into this place. And so anyway, that's enough, I guess, for now. But I love you all so much, just holding this space for all of us, like many of us are, and sending out big hugs to you. And I know we'll be talking again soon. Okay, much love.